Hey there, everybody! Welcome back to another edition of Forgotten Kids Shows. Sorta. So for this episode, I want to talk about two shows that basically use the same content, except one of them wraps a story around it. Both of them are short film collections using the same exact cartoons, but each of them is packaged in a different way, and one was much more popular than the other. Think of it like an initial release album that ended up getting an international release, where they have the same exact songs to them, but one was much more popular than the other. So let's jump right into the first of these series, Mickey Mouse Works. After many years of having just a few animated shorts with their original characters, like The Prince and the Pauper and Runaway Brain, Disney decided they were going to make a series of brand new shorts paying homage to the old Silly Symphony and character cartoons from the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. These shorts utilized the classic characters such as Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto. They also introduced a new audience to lesser-known creations from the past like Horace Horsecollar, Clarabelle Cow, Humphrey the Bear, and Clara Cluck. Premiering on ABC on Disney's One Saturday Morning block, Mickey Mouse Works was the first TV show in about 4 years that featured the famous mouse since the all-new Mickey Mouse Club. Another time. Each episode consisted of 2 or 3 full shorts that would run anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes, and 1 or 2 90-second running gag stories like Pluto fetching the paper or Minnie conducting an out-of-hand orchestra. Every full short has some sort of plot that takes advantage of a character's well-known traits. Goofy is a klutz when doing simple tasks, Donald gets angry with every situation, and Pluto always seems to get himself into trouble. So the show was basically a love letter to Walt Disney's old theatrical cartoons. Mickey, Donald, and Goofy having all kinds of wacky jobs like being roller coaster painters or locksmiths is a tribute to 1937's Lonesome Ghosts when the 3 of them were ghost exterminators. They also brought back Goofy's how-to shorts like how to play baseball or how to swim from the 1940s to now how to haunt a house and how to be a spy. It also introduced us to Mortimer Mouse. Sorta. In case you didn't know, Mortimer was the original suggested name for the world's famous mouse by Walt Disney, until his wife Lillian suggested for him to change the name to Mickey. Then in 1936, Walt produced a cartoon titled Mickey's Rival, with a character named Mortimer, a taller rat-like character that was always after Minnie. He only appeared in 1936 till his return in Mickey Mouse Works, where he plays a significant role as an enemy to Mickey and is still trying to win over Minnie. The show went on for 2 seasons and produced 25 episodes. So, why so short? I've been using that word a lot today. I believe it's because the bigs at Disney Television Animation thought the cartoon gems could be better used in something else.
There's no fooling! It's time for Disney's House of Mouse! Who's that knocking at the House of Mouse?
I couldn't talk about Mickey Mouse Works without talking about its successor, House of Mouse. Mickey and his friends run a club in the middle of Toontown where every animated Disney character gather to eat and to be entertained after their, day jobs? Sure. Everyone has their roles. Mickey is the host, Minnie is the show manager, Donald is basically VIP services, Daisy runs the front desk, and Goofy's a waiter. Oh wait, but that's not all! Horace operates the audio and video, Pluto is basically an intern, Huey, Dewey, and Louie do the in-house live music that changes style every season, Max is the valet, and there's a terrifying talking microphone. Ah! While the plots vary from the stress of the characters working at the club, or some feeling they aren't as appreciated as others for their jobs. But the one thing that seems to stay consistent is the owner of the club, Pete, wants the place to shut down so he can prove he is a better entertainer. Unfortunately, he does things like this.
The boom, 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 the boom we go, boom, the boom, 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 the boom we go, boom, the boom, boom, boom.
The coolest thing about this really is the fact that they have just about every animated Disney film character in attendance at this club, some of them even with their original voice actors.
No one has a range like Gaston.
I have to give huge praise to the animators for having to recreate some of the most detailed and complex characters for a simple half-an-hour program. I mean, they've had worse budgets, though. So how is this a successor to Mickey Mouse Works? Well, during the plot of the main show, Mickey as the host would entertain the guests by showing them a Mickey Mouse Works cartoon short. They would do this about 2 to 3 times per episode. The cartoons shown would usually coincide with the plot of the main House of Mouse episode, if it be the main character in the short was a main subject in the episode, or it had a similar theme like a holiday or food, for example. Occasionally, some of the cartoons shown were ones from the classic Disney era of the 30s, 40s, and 50s if it fit the theme, or they brought in an obscure character to the club and shown the audience where they came from, like Humphrey the Bear. The program moved from ABC to Toon Disney in its third season, where it saw an abundance of episodes, double of what it normally was, and would consistently show reruns of the first 2 seasons on the channel as well. The show did have an interesting idea. Gathering all Disney characters together in one setting has the makings of something amazing, but as I said before, all the show really did was show Mickey Mouse Works cartoons and tried blending them into an outside story. Most of the time, it worked out nicely and did mesh well, but I can't help but feel like there was a slight missed opportunity here. I would have rather the entire plot be about the ones in the audience. These are characters I find compelling from all their previous work. The stories you can make. What are they doing? What if Simba was hanging out with Baloo? What if Pinocchio was with Lady and the Tramp? What if Aladdin was hanging out with, I don't know, Tigger? I want to see that! There was one thing they did that was pretty cool. They did a few straight-to-video films for the show, and one of them was for Halloween, where a group of classic Disney villains took over the House of Mouse. It was pretty enjoyable and interesting to see them take over for a little, with the entire audience being now nothing but bad guys. Disney villains would later be around each other again in the Kingdom Hearts games, but I'm getting off topic. Let's finish this up here. While Mickey Mouse Works is a bit forgotten, the shorts themselves found new life with the success of House of Mouse. They were considered a love letter to the classic Disney cartoons and the characters that were with Walt from the beginning to his now huge empire that I believe it's a crime not to bow down before at this point. This was personally my introduction into these classic characters, which made me want to learn more about them, know their history, and see the featurettes they were in prior. I hope the next generation that watches these new Mickey Mouse shorts gets the same feeling of wanting to see the history behind these wonderful characters. We'll see. So that was just a quick look at 2 series from Disney, and my question for you is, did you watch these shows and what did you think about them? Let me know in the comments. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more movies, listen. Wait.
Hey, Max!
Roxanne?
I've been waiting all week for this.
10 out of 10.
The birds and the bees are flying in the trees. The sun's in the sky, just for you and I. The sky's perfect blue, no cloud could spoil the view. It's a sign from above that shows that we're in love.